Hello students, welcome to a new section of our online science classes, and today we are going to start a new lesson. Name of the lesson is combustion and flame. Now let's see what are the conditions required for burning or combustion. So what are the conditions required? I have written here, let us see: the presence of a combustible substance, presence of supporter of combustion, and attainment of ignition temperature. These three things are compulsory for combustion to take place. What is the first one? There should be the presence of a combustible substance. We know what is combustible substance. The substance which can undergo combustion in air is known as combustible substance. So for the combustion there must be a combustible substance. Next one, the presence of supporter of combustion. There should be a supporter of combustion. That means there must be oxygen or air to continue the combustion or burning. So without oxygen or air, no substance can burn or nothing can undergo combustion. Let us prove it with the help of an example. To do this experiment, we need some things: 2 candles and a glass jar. These are the things we needed: 2 candles and a glass jar. So set 2 burning candles on the floor. So we can see that both the candles burn brightly. Now take the glass jar and cover one of the burning candles and observe it. We can see now the candle which was covered by the glass jar extinguishes after some time, and the candle which was left uncovered, that continues to burn. So from this we can understand that oxygen or air is required for a substance to continue burning, or air or oxygen is required for a substance to burn or substance to continue burning. Now let's see our next point: attainment of ignition temperature. So it is a common experience that LPG, petrol, kerosene, these things, it does not burn its own. We know what are the materials I said. These all are combustible materials. So these combustible materials do not burn its own. They need a spark or they need a matchstick to burn. So let's see why it is this. And also we can see that a matchstick also, it does not burn its own. For a matchstick to set fire, we have to rub it against a rough surface. Then only it can catch fire. And one more thing we can notice, that burning matchstick can set fire to a paper immediately, but same matchstick cannot set fire to a piece of wood. What is the reason? Previously we have studied about ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature? Ignition temperature is the minimum temperature for a substance to get burned, or it is the minimum temperature for a substance to undergo combustion. So below that temperature, that substance will not burn. Above that ignition temperature, substance can burn. So in this case, the ignition temperature of paper is very less. That's why it catches fire very easily with the help of matchstick. And the ignition temperature of that piece of wood, it was more. That's why that matchstick was unable to set fire. So from this we can understand that ignition temperature will be different for different substances. Ignition temperature will be different for different substances. Let us perform an activity to understand it clearly. To perform this activity, we need 2 paper cups and 2 candles. We need 2 paper cups, 2 candles and some water. These are the materials we require to perform this activity. So paper cups, you might have understood that in all the functions nowadays we are using paper cups. So like paper cups with the capacity of 100 ml we can take. Like that 2 paper cups we can take. To 1 paper cup we can add water so as to it fill 1/3 of that paper glass. Okay, so one of the paper glass is filled with water and the next paper glass is empty. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to make 2 candles to burn and fix on the table. 2 candles are there that we fixed on the table and they are burning. And now bring 2 paper cups above these burning candles. We know 1 paper cup is empty and next paper cup contains water. So let's observe what happens. We can observe that the empty paper cup catches fire easily. And what about the second paper cup? That second paper cup does not burn. Second paper cup does not burn. And if you continue heating, we can see that even that water may boil. If you continue heating that paper cup for more time, we can see the bubbles in the water, even though that paper cup will not burn. What is the reason behind that? The science behind this is, we have heated that paper cup through a process called convection. Last year we have learned about heat and we have learned what are the different methods for the transfer of heat from one place to another. So we have learned about convection. So by a process called convection, heat is transferred from paper cup to water. And also we have to note that the heat holding capacity of water is very high. Thermal capacity of water is very high. So the heat supplied for the paper cup is transferred to water and that paper cup is not burning. So here from this we can see that, or from this we can understand that the ignition point of different substances are different. Now let's see the methods to control fire or burning. Now already we have seen that how can we set fire, or what are the conditions required for burning or undergoing combustion. Now let's see what are the methods to control fire or burning. We know what are the conditions required for burning. So any one of that condition is not fulfilled, burning will not continue or burning will not take place. For example, the conditions are presence of combustible substance, support of combustion and attainment of ignition temperature. These 3 things must be there for burning or to undergo combustion. If any one of it is missing, then combustion will not take place. So if we remove any one of it, we can extinguish the fire, or we can prevent, or we can control fire. What are the methods to control the fire or burning? First point, removing the combustible substance. If we remove the combustible substance, what will be there to burn? So combustion will not take place. For example, when a coal burns, if you remove the coal, what will be burned? Air can't burn. Air cannot burn. So next one is cutting the supply of supporter of combustion. What is the supporter of combustion? Air or oxygen. If you are cutting out the supply of air or oxygen, then also the substance cannot burn. We have seen it on experiments. Do you remember? We have taken 2 candles and one of the candle we covered with glass jar, and the candle which was covered with glass jar, it got extinguished. So that experiment proved that oxygen or air, that is compulsory for a substance to burn. And the next one is lowering the temperature of the burning substance below its ignition temperature. If we bring the temperature of a substance below its ignition temperature, then also the substance cannot burn. So this any one of these conditions for burning is removed, the combustion will not take place.